as we move away from the that was Marvel Phase 4, it was a travesty. Marvel Phase 5 and Phase 6 is looking pretty damn good. So, Captain America 4, aka A New World Order, that movie is starting to shape up. And it could be a very good movie with the addition of Harrison Ford playing Thunderbolt Ross, aka the Red Hulk. There's some potential leaks for the plot of Captain America 4, which is actually pretty exciting. So, we're going to go over a lot of information, and it ties back to the Eternals movie, which is pretty cool. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture based content that we do on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know. Do you believe this information? I think it's very viable. And also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And if you could, check us out on Twitter. Warstu G. Right. Let's get into it. So, we've got an information coming from a scooper who I'm not too familiar with, but they seem to be followed by all the other cool popular scoopers and some pretty big YouTubers, which doesn't actually mean anything. They've got a bit of a somewhat following on Twitter, 17,000 followers. Not that that means anything, to be honest, but the information here, it's pretty insane if this is actually true. So if it let me, I would have played the clip directly from the movie. If not, we just talk over it. But let's break down what this tweet actually says. And I think it actually has a lot of credibility. So that's what she turned Tiamat to. Well played, MCU. Well played. Told you this film would age like fine wine. As we know, there were a bunch of Eternals in the Celestial movie. So Tiamat is better known as the Dreaming Celestial. Pretty much the Gold Celestial. But what it says here is pretty interesting. So if you read on to what the actual tweets say, this is actually insane. So I guess she didn't turn into it. Their bodies are made of it, and it's a new precious metal, not owned by the Wakandians. So there will be a war of the New World Order. A lot of y'all about to resent a lot of comments soon. So very, very interesting. So in this scene, she's saying they turn Tiamat into a new metal, not vibranium. As we know, vibranium is essentially the metal that the United Nations, have been trying to get hold of, to the point where in Wakanda Forever, they are literally having an argument about it. The people of Wakanda fight to protect their home from being invaded. World powers as they mourn the death of King T'Challa. Queen Ramona, Shiri, M'Baku, Okoye, and the Dolores Marathi fight to protect the kingdom of Wakanda from being invaded by world invaders. Why? Because they want to protect their vibranium. Riri Williams in Wakanda Forever somehow has a magical vibranium detector. Wakandians remain hidden in a forest to protect the sole substance running their country, which is vibranium, the strongest metal in the world that it's built on, its substance, the nation through its culture, yet very protected. And then we go to the scene in Wakanda Forever, and they are basically trying to get their hands on vibranium. So there's a new metal that was introduced in the Eternals movie without anyone knowing. So what is this saying? It is saying in the scene, Sersi's turn Tiamat into Adamantium. What is Adamantium? It is essentially what Wolverine is made out of. It is one of the strongest metals ever. Adamantium, essentially, is a virtually indestructible man-made steel alloy which does not occur in nature and whose exact chemical composition in United States of America government classified as secret. Adamantium is not an element. Its properties do not qualify for it. Unknown space on the periodic table of elements. So we don't know how they're going to play this. But if this insider, if this scooper is actually true and they've introduced adamantium in this scene, the importance of this scene in the Eternals is gonna be freaking huge. As we know, we are getting a Wolverine in Deadpool 3, but they're not gonna introduce the mutants for a long time. But if this is adamantium in this scene, then everyone will be trying to get their hands on it. We know the Guardians now own Nowhere, so essentially they've kind of got access to it without knowing they've got access to it. So this does change a lot. And loads of people since it's come out have said like stuff like this. Rumor has it, the Celestial inside the Earth from the Eternals will be the engine to introduce adamantium into the MCU. This will mean not only the rest of the world will be competing for a viable alternative to the Wakandian metal known as vibranium, but it also sets up Wolverine, Logan, whatever variant of this of you want. So this could actually explain the New World Order, as in they're going to be fighting over this new metal that's been here for such a long time without us even knowing about it. And the fact that it says it's not man-made, well, the Celestial in the Eternals movie kind of made it in a roundabout way. So I do find this pretty extraordinary if it is true. Now, we don't know if it's true. So since this rumor came out, loads of different people have basically said the same thing. Adamantium in the MCU is man-made. They try to create strong elements like vibranium and blends from the Celestial artifacts discovery set to appear in a New World Order. We are so freaking close to getting Wolverine. Now, this is interesting. Very interesting. As we know, Captain America 4, Sam Wilson will become Captain America. Now, I know he became Captain America in Falcon and the Winter Soldier program, but a lot of people still don't accept him as Captain America. So potentially, after this movie, they may actually accept him. So, what else do we know about Captain America 4? According to a teaser in an interview with Collider, teases something epic. So, Captain America 4 will make a new Avengers team. The producer offered a few teasers for Captain America 4, including a significant spoiler. Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie, will bring his own team to play, which means we're looking at a new Captain's Own Avengers team. That's absolutely fantastic development. Also, Thunderbolt Ross's arc in Captain America 4 is kind of unknown to a certain degree, but this is coming courtesy of Daniel RPK's Patreon. I don't pay for it. Not going to pay for any of that kind of stuff, but his track record goes without saying. The character description for Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk in Captain America 4 reads like this. The former Lieutenant General of the United States of America Army and the Senator of State, now President of the United States of America, using radiation transforms Ross into Red Hulk. Now, it is worth saying that it goes on to say Harrison Ford's contract runs through to Secret Wars. So we know he's going to be in the Thunderbolts for sure, and he's probably going to show up in other properties. We know Marvel don't own the rights to Universal's character Hulk. They've got to wait 2 years or so. So if there is going to be a World War Hulk movie, at some point, Harrison Ford will come out to play. They cannot have a World War Hulk movie without the Red Hulk coming out to play. And if all this information is true, it is insane. It really is insane. It's pretty cool. So Captain America is going to form a new team, which is kind of obvious. If they are going to be fighting over this new metal, insane, because eventually that will lead to a war over it. Hence, maybe maybe the title, New World Order. Are they just fighting over new metal like they've been trying to get hold of vibranium? Kind of interesting because Black Panther 1, T'Challa actually accepted it. It's like, yo, you can have access to it. Black Panther 2, no, you can't have access to it at all. It's ours. So they find their own metal that's actually been there all this time, but they didn't actually know it. So this movie will tie into the Thunderbolts movie, obviously, because General Ross, Red Hulk, is in it. We don't know to what capacity, but you don't pay an actor like Harrison Ford to be in a movie to only cameo on him. So we know he's going to have a fairly decent role. So, in October, this website called Cosmic Circus, articles written by Lizzie Hill, said a bunch of stuff. The budget for this movie is apparently supposed to be absolutely insane. But what this article here had to say about his role is very interesting because it doesn't exactly line up with what RPK is saying. Harrison Ford stepped into role as General Ross. Typically, I heard, apparently Ross will no longer be Senator of State and will be a private citizen. No doubt he'll still have his military and powerful connections and plans for his own New World Order in the works. It'll be interesting to see what, if any, relationship he has with Tin Blake Nelson's leader. And they're also working together or on opposite sides. So it is worth saying that both these pieces kind of came out at different times. This article where we said that Thunderbolt Ross would actually be United States of America president was posted after. And Daniel RPK is probably more reliable. So I'm more inclined to go with what RPK has allegedly said over this Cosmic Circus article. Although Cosmic Circus is very viable and they are credible, it is what it is. Like, you can either believe and or either one of them or the other, but it is interesting. And if that scene in Eternals set up Adamantium without anyone knowing, that is freaking insane, because that's kind of like a throwaway movie. We all know mutants are coming, but then probably not coming till after Secret Wars, because Feige allegedly, according to rumors, wants to run all the Fox characters in Secret Wars that are currently there, so they don't have to reboot all the X-Men before then. It does make sense to bring the X-Men in Phase 7 after Secret Wars. That does make a lot of sense. And apparently that phase is even being called the mutant phase, which, if we got to wait that long, we've got to wait that long. They can use the current actors, allegedly, as Feige is trying to bring everyone back who he can. So, is this going to be the introduction of how we get the strongest, well, not the strongest metal. Obviously, there's Vibranium, there's Urumel, there's so many different metals, but it's one of the strongest ones, almost indestructible. And at one point, Wolverine's whole skeleton was adamantium, so it would be pretty cool. But like always, guys, I did say I'm going to try my best to cover more Marvel stuff, just like we did in 2018, 2019, 2020. We're bringing it back with the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff, the Kaiju stuff. I'm basically just trying to cover everything and ramp up production and start posting a lot more on this channel. So thank you very much, guys and girls, for all the love and support we've had over the last few months or so. It's been incredible. So like always, guys, please like the channel, please subscribe. And let me know down below, do you believe this rumor, this leak, and it would make sense why there's going to be a new world order, because they're all going to be fighting over this new metal, and then Vibranium and the Wakandians were like, yo, you don't want our metal anymore. Cool. But that was a major plot point for Black Panther 2. So I can see Kevin Feige making this a major plot point for this movie. And New World Order pretty much slides into Thunderbolts, allegedly, which sounds pretty cool. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter at Warstu, and I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch you later.